Reflections. We have some important updates regarding Eligio Bishop's case. First of all, his trial ended March 1st, 2024. Today's date is April 5th, 2025, and his transcripts still haven't been released. Now, in Georgia, transcripts are supposed to be released between 120 and 180 days. That's 6 months. His transcripts still haven't been released, and it's been 12 months, over a year. Anything over 180 days is illegal. So they're trying to suppress evidence. They're trying to hide their hand because that trial, he did not receive due process during that trial. That trial will expose everything about that case. From the detectives falsifying documents. Without them falsifying those documents, he wouldn't even been detained. Everything that they discussed when they asked the jury to leave the courtroom, the lack of credible witnesses, people who weren't even there on the alleged night, the judge having COVID, it's so many things that paperwork will expose about the trial that will give him a chance of justice. See, when the right people look over those transcripts, the right legal people, the right appellate attorneys look over that, this is an easy case because he didn't get due process and it was completely unfair. When we speak to appellate lawyers and attorneys, they tell us that they need those transcripts and they can't do anything without the transcripts. They have to look over the trial so they can do their job, but they can't look over anything if they don't have them. This is illegal. An innocent man sits in jail and his transcripts from his trial still haven't been released. That's illegal. So we're just holding the court system accountable for their own rules, laws, and regulations. The question is, why are they trying to suppress it? Because they know this case is easy. Because they know that they'll be exposing themselves once they release the transcripts. And if the transcripts aren't released within the time frame that they're legally supposed to be released, there's supposed to be a motion or something that asks for an extension, but it hasn't been any of that. Young Thug's trial was months long and his transcripts are completed. During the trial, the scribe is typing out everything as the trial goes. It does not take over a year for a 5-day trial when Young Thug's trial started before and even after Eligio Bishop's and his transcripts are finished. This is a clear alert, a clear signal that they're trying to suppress evidence. So we're at a standstill right now in the case because of the lack of integrity of the judicial system. So we just want to make it known to everybody out there that he still isn't being treated fairly, that he still isn't getting due process, and that the legal system is not giving him an opportunity to prove his innocence, not an opportunity for actual justice. So we demand the release of the transcripts, and we are taking the proper steps to make sure that those transcripts get released. So it's very important that this gets across to the right ears and the right people who know anything about this. So like and share this video. And if you haven't already seen the malicious prosecution video, just go to our Instagram. I'll put it in the caption and make sure you take a look and share that as well. I love myself. As you can see here, right after Eligio Bishop's trial, our previous attorney, Robert Booker, requested for the transcripts right after the trial. It reads, "Wherefore the defendant requests that these grounds be inquired of by the court and that a new trial be granted and that the hearing on defendant's motion for new trial be continued until after defendant receives a transcript of the trial and after counsel has had an adequate time to review the transcript and particularize this motion." I have a question about my husband's case, about his transcripts, because it's been over a year and I haven't got any information about the status of his transcripts.
Yes, ma'am. What do you mean, transcript?
Yes.
The status of them.
Are they like available, or do you see anything about the transcripts on your end? Because I'm not seeing anything.
No, ma'am, I don't.
There's nothing.
It's a seal order. I'm not sure if that was approved or not. If they are sealed, there will not be any transcript.
Oh, they're not sealed. The transcripts, they aren't sealed because we checked the docket and there hasn't been any type of motion put in for them to be sealed.
It was the witness list that was sealed.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. There are no transcripts.
So what do I do about there not being any transcripts?
They just haven't been produced yet, ma'am. This was a very intense and heavy case, so they just have not been produced yet.
Oh.
Once they're produced by the court reporter and enter on the case, then they'll be downloaded and scanned to the case. But they're just not ready yet.
It was a 5-day trial. You think they're still working on them?
I'm not sure, ma'am. I have no idea.
Oh, because I had I don't know if you know about this, but I had looked it up and it said that in Georgia, after the conviction, it's 120 days for the transcripts to be filed or some type of motion for an extension at least.
No, ma'am, I'm not an attorney, so I'm not sure. I don't even see the transcriber's name on this case.
Okay.
Would you like the number to the DA's office?
Oh, the DA can help me with this?
I'm pretty sure they can, ma'am, because they will have the name of everyone that was in that courtroom. I was trying to get you the number to the transcribers or to the court reporter because I'm not showing it on this case.
So they don't have the transcripts or that. Okay, it's been over a year. Have you ever seen anything like this? Because isn't this illegal?
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, have you seen anything like this before? Because this is new to me. Usually when we
I'm not an attorney, ma'am. I'm not an attorney.
Okay, I called before. I believe the transcript lady is Diane King. Does that ring a bell in Division 6?
It could very well be true. It's just not showing here in front of me. So it could very well be true. I don't have any information to confirm nor deny, because that could very well be true. But as I stated, there's no transcripts that have been entered onto this case.
The Sixth Amendment gives all individuals a right to a fair trial. The Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to a fair and public trial, which includes the right to review the proceedings for appeal and to confront any discrepancies or judicial errors. Without access to the full transcripts, the defendant is denied the ability to prepare an adequate defense or pursue rightful post-conviction relief. The 14th Amendment gives individuals due process and equal protection. The 14th Amendment ensures that no individual shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. When transcripts are withheld, especially in cases involving judicial misconduct or racial bias, it creates a structural barrier that obstructs access to justice and equal protection under the law.